Isn't that's some sort of national law, right? That you've got to watch Groundhog Day when it's actually Groundhog Day. A classic comedy starring one Bill Murray and Andie MacDowell in her finest role. Because I know she's one of your favorites.
She's all right.
That's what I was waiting for.
Do you still have the drop of them drinking the...
Oh, God, that's hilarious. The time that I actually should break that back out. Yeah, that could probably turn back on, I suppose. I'd forgotten about it. Good evening, Baker. Ellie, it is good to see you as well. Congratulations on officially being in the top 50 for all your DSC clears. That is absolutely fantastic. It is Thursday evening once again. It is time for the ritual where we actually imbibe, enjoy some beverages, hang out together, chat with all of you, with everyone here on Twitch, or if you happen to be watching the archive of this as well, join us some Thursday on Twitch. That would be super nice.
Do.
We would love that, to have you come hang out. But if you are new, I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith. And
I'm in pretty good shape. My dust all day, slowpoke.
And you might be eating... It's gonna...
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Ellie, thank you for the Buster Gets Sassy redemption. A minute early. So here's what's funny. I know we did. We started like at least a minute or two early. It was shocking. And I always think of you whenever I'm mildly on time, Guardian Down. Appreciate it.
We were almost 5 minutes early.
We were.
And it got away from us. So at least we were a minute early.
What were we talking? Oh, that's right. We were talking about if we ever do have to do a remote podcast kind of thing, that we could set that up through Twitch a little bit. Might be a little bit easier. But yeah, it is good to see everyone here. It's good to see you as well. It's been a couple weeks.
Yes, it has been.
So we've got, I'm sure, a lot to talk about. I don't know if there's been any updates in the world of team fight tactics or any of that kind of stuff. Or
actually, no. Pac and I were just saying last night that there have not been any updates to the most recent patch in a while. There was supposed to be one like 3 weeks ago, but no,
the only thing that has been updated is your facial hair. Is just kind of it's retracted.
Well, I had to. I decided to because I have to take a passport photo. So I wanted to see, do I want the passport photo without or with? And so I took some without, and now I'll be able to, within the next week or so, take some with. So
okay, and then you're going to decide which one you like better.
Decide which one is best. Yeah, I think it's probably going to be more of the close, but then I'll go. We'll grow it back out again. But at least for the passport photo, which lasts, I think, it's around for 10 years. Wish I could just keep using my old one, but my hair was a lot darker, and
I wonder if anyone has ever sent in like joke pictures to the passport companies at all. Like, if they ever done anything where it's like you send in, like I was thinking about those old timey pictures they can take where it looks like you're in the Old West, you got a poncho on and stuff, and it's like also you just send one of those and they're like, we can't use this. You're not a gangster from the 1920s. Like, actually, stop.
Maybe if there's some way you can do a still shot, was Photoshop it. I actually said to Pocket, I said, I should probably have Andrew take it. He's got all the lighting and everything for it. So it's got to get a not a green background though. It has to be a gray or white or something without texture.
Well, I mean, we could change. I mean, we can change the background or we want. I could put literally a white slate behind you, so we can put whatever. You could be on the beach in Acapulco and take the picture.
No, they don't want that.
Absolutely doesn't matter.
No shadow.
Mildly-ish. My response to the lyric, "They say our love won't pay the rent," has always been, "Well, find a better pimp, you two." So it's hilarious, Krill. Thank you for being here. That you say that, because literally as that came up behind the scenes, we were talking here, and I said, well, if they updated the version for today, it would be, "They say our love won't pay the rent, but if we put it on OnlyFans, then maybe we'll have some to spend." Something like that is what I think they could have done for. Hi there, I'm Cuckoo for Cacao Fruit Juice.
Okay.
I put that in the title. So I have a question. Like, it is so hard when you come over, because I have so many questions and things I want to ask and talk about it. We're like, we really should save this for the show.
Yeah, I know.
You have a movie thing we need to talk about. We got to not forget about that you brought back. Like I said, the opening beverage that I'm going to literally reach behind me and get.
Yes.
All these things. So my first response, which as I grab this, you can talk about it.
Okay.
The drink that I'm going to grab, actually. Like, settle down, everybody. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Hey.
Is it supposed to taste like chocolate fruit?
No, it's kind of
like cocoa nibs.
So
that's what I keep looking at. I keep thinking it's like that.
Kind of like the coffee cherry has a pulp.
Yeah.
So does a coffee. There's coffee beans or seeds come out of a bigger thing. There's a fleshy pulpiness in there, and that's what they're used to make this cacao juice.
Okay, so is that the description on the thing that just makes everyone
fleshy
excited?
Pulpiness?
Fleshy pulpiness, right there. It's Bevy and Sexy Bevy. Have a great time recording. Oh my gosh, Ellie, you're too kind, and don't ever tell us which one you're talking about. There we go. In remembrance of Shirley from Vernon Shirley passing, we should have a pilk shot for her. Did they pass?
Cindy Williams. A couple days ago. Yeah.
I had no idea. A couple days ago?
Yeah.
Wow, you've been holding that one in, Guardian down. Sharon, the 70s songs always had kind of dodgy lyrics about naughty things. I mean, 70s were made for dodgy, naughty lyrics, right?
Tramps and Thieves, little
That's
Dark Lady.
a great song, though, too. That's a
Dark
banger.
Lady's a good one.
Oh, that one, I don't know if I know that one.
That's one of her number ones.
Really?
Yeah.
How many did she have?
3.
See, if you ever want to know music things from, like, I don't know, how far would you say your knowledge goes of being, I'm not gonna quiz you, so don't get afraid. I could see the look on your face. There was a fear like, oh God, he's going to ask me
because I can't remember
something.
what the third Cher number one song was.
Okay, I won't ask you that one either. But for the most part, your knowledge, like, because you read a lot of those books and just retain that. So what would you say, like, that you're pretty accurate with? Like, probably up in late 80s?
Oh, yeah.
90s?
Even into, some 90s, but when it started to go more grunge, then that's where you take over.
That's right. So whenever we go on the Music Jeopardy, it's you, me, and Joe. Like, we just have an amazing threesome right there.
Well, and then we can bring in Pocket for, like, the new wave stuff,
that's true.
The over the pond thing. So we'd have to all be a team. We'll have to all have a big team.
Music things or share things? Music things. Just music in general. Like I said,
yes.
like Billboard hits.
Not share
like,
specifically.
Specifically more toward like your Billboard 100,
Poppy.
like the like
stuff.
that kind of popular stuff.
Yep.
I've got to reach back now for this. Like,
it's going to reach back.
Let me go get it.
We're going to get the cacao. Cacao. It's a safe word.
My safe word is cacao.
Cacao. I've only watched like 3 episodes or 4 episodes of Portlandia, but that's on one of them. So.
That is a good show. I've not probably watched all or enough of those. The show that we've been going through now since you can't watch Frasier for a 6th time. I guess
I was gonna say Frasier.
No, or Modern Family. We've been kind of going through. Actually, I'm finally getting to watch Schitt's Creek, so that's been nice.
Oh,
have you watched that before?
We've watched the whole thing.
Okay, yeah. No, we're like halfway through season 2 or something. So I shouldn't say IR. Like I talked about this the other week too,
because I think your family has watched it.
My wife has watched it.
Okay.
And like I said, watched it without me being around. So I was left out of that loop. And so then I was, as I do, I sometimes get petty. And I was like, she's like, oh, we can watch it again. I was like, you already watched it. I don't want to watch. That's how I get for a little bit. And I got to go through my mood for a while. And then finally she just kind of like had it on again. And so I was able to get in and start watching it that way. Schitt's Creek is awesome. Like I said, no, I think it's absolutely hilarious. There's already been some clips that I've been making notes of that I need to get on for the channel, specifically the one early on with David where they're talking about the different wines. Well, sometimes I drink white wine. And sometimes I have red wine.
Oh, yeah, that's
sometimes I even like occasional rosé.
Yeah.
And one time I had a red wine that thought it was a one time I had a cab that thought it was a Chardonnay, and that was very confusing. Yeah. Like those little things. Like their little interactions are good. This doesn't have. Oh my God, is this about to?
No. There's no. Yeah. Shake well. It's carbonated.
Yeah. It does shake well before imbibing.
So before you try this, I have had this, full disclosure.
Okay.
I've had it.
I appreciate that.
It was quite the polarizing opinions.
Okay. Between your family and your home?
No. Pocket hasn't had it yet.
Okay.
Because they just had a little sample open at work, and so I tried it. So from my coworkers, some very much like it, and others not so much.
My initial thought possibly here is none of that stuff. You aren't from Alabama. Exactly. We're not from Alabama. We can't do that. I generally wish me and my brother were as good friends as this. He's still trying to come to terms with my transness.
Aww.
Hopefully your brother decides to finally come around on that. That is very unfortunate. That is one of the things that I have always said. I am probably one of the luckiest people I know, with not only just family, but my brothers and just we get along all so well. Like I said, that's why it's amazing when we have our get-togethers. There's never like, I hear so much family drama in other places, and it's like, yeah, we're going over there. Oh, I got to invite that. Like, to me, it's nothing but a joy, and that's why it's like, I'm very, very lucky. So this is a liquid version of putting pineapple on pizza. It sounds like divisiveness. A lot of people don't like pineapple on pizza.
No, I guess that you could look at that. So read the description before, and then have that in your mind when you try that. So
my other question was going to be, this is without having it yet, but I did see the label. Obviously, I read the label, the front of it. You saying how polarizing it is. The people that really liked it, do they also like coconut water? I wonder, because sometimes coconut water is weird.
It's good that you said that.
Weird to people.
So.
Because I do like coconut water.
I like coconut water as well.
It's got a weird tang that you're not ready for, but I like it.
This did not remind me of coconut water, but it did remind one of my coworkers of coconut water, and that person did not like this.
Okay.
Because he does not like coconut water.
That's usually what it is. Because I remember we got a bunch of that in at work way back in the day. And I remember like Rich had somebody who was like, oh, this is great. I was like, oh, I'll drink all yours. Like, fine. Evening. Pocket. Good to see you. Good to see you. Oh, no. I hate coconut water. I mean, there's different coconut waters too. But like I said, I do like those. All right. So wait. Oh, I should have read more. Should like read the side.
Just read the...
Bright and refreshing tart tropical chocolate fruit. No. Cacao, is that how you say it?
Cacao.
It's a weird word that I never know how to pronounce. It's one of those like deer in the headlights speed bumps when I'm like seeing it on my brain.
Cacao.
Like, is this cacao circumcised?
Wow. I don't
know. Did you know cocoa beans are far from the only gift the cacao pod, couldn't do it, has to offer? The fruit pulp that surrounds each bean has a sweet and fruity flavor too, and when cold pressed into a juice, it tastes a bit like coconut. Now that I had not seen.
So that's
had not seen that.
So that's fine.
Okay, a bit like coconut water, but with a slightly tartar, sweeter, more vanilla. This sounds even better. This sounds like something I should love. What kind of vodka should I put into it?
Well, and there would be people who would do that.
Is this considered like an energy drink or something, do you think? Or
I don't know what it has. I saw it had like 6%.
Why have people created this?
6% potassium. Well,
probably, that's good right there.
Trying to, use all of the parts or pieces of a plant.
Okay. This is the buffalo of juice drinks.
That's right.
Try this refreshing beverage over ice, stirred into sparkling water, or mixed into a cocktail whenever you're in need of something remarkable and refreshing. Just drink a banana. Ooh. I like it in a smoothie, but all right.
This is just cacao,
nothing
juice,
else.
And water.
Okay. Yeah, there's no sugar added or anything like that? Yep.
Nothing added.
I like that. Definitely get like the tangy fruit, a little bit of sweet. Yeah, a little hint of vanilla in there, like something like that, little sugar, like sugar cane vanilla. Did I taste it?
I think you should.
Okay.
Everybody's waiting for you to try it, or at least I am.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, that's what I thought too.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
it definitely is very. It's they're accurate with their description there.
Yeah.
It's tropical. It's a little tangy. It's sweet. It's got a little bit of light vanilla. It also then kind of on top of that, it makes you think you got a smoothie that had like greens and things in it, like vegetables and stuff like that. Like there is a plant quality in there from the pressing.
I don't pick that up.
Like there is definitely something that's vegetal in there in nature that to me that I like. It's like a little, it's like an little underlayer. It's like it was the cracker to deliver you all the other food flavors. So you had to get a little bit of that cracker flavor, but then you got all the other stuff that you really wanted to.
Well, like tequila has that sort of herbal.
A good tequila should have some of that stuff.
Yeah, has other things going on. 90, I believe.
Doesn't sound very vegan friendly. I don't know.
Nothing wrong. Yeah, no, there's no. This would be vegan.
Yeah, so this would be vegan.
Unless you are opposed to whatever the people who made it might have gone through.
That's true. Yeah, that's what we joked about. The actual perishable.
90 calories.
90 calories for 10 fluid ounces. Yes. Krill. 90 calories.
20 carbs.
250 milligrams of potassium.
Yeah.
Not a significant source of saturated fat, trans fat, cholesterol, dietary fiber, added sugar. Do they just have to put that on there?
I think there's some certain laws that, yes.
Enjoy by April 4th.
Cacao. Cow. I get it. Yeah.
I'm hilarious, I promise.
Cacao. Yeah, so one of my coworkers thought it tasted like tamarind, which I don't know if I've ever had tamarind or
I have had tamarind.
So, but anyway, I think more liked it than didn't. But I was surprised at how
I could see a hint of that. It wouldn't have jumped out to me, but I could see.
I was surprised at how that there were some people that just didn't like it. I was like, tastes like a lemonade-ish. I mean,
it very much is a tropical kind of lemonade thing. Yeah, I definitely can see that. This would be good as like some sort of mixer. Like if you did rum or something like that would be what I would gravitate for. Like add some depth of that kind of thing. Because it's not overly sweet, so I don't mind if it gets even a little bit sweeter. Yeah. No, not too much, but like a little bit. Like so I could see rum. You could obviously use a flavored vodka or whatever else you want in there. You have no idea how much I genuinely need that. Hugs all around for everyone in chat. Give Ellie some hugs. This is
hugs
delicious.
To all.
This is a fairly new product at Trader Joe's.
Yeah, it just came in last week.
That's
$269, I think.
Okay.
So I mean, But it was interesting. When we went to Jamaica, we went to, there was a part of a tour we took, and there was a cocoa plantation, and we saw like the cocoa pods.
They're huge.
They're really big, and yeah, it is. It almost looks like the flesh of coconut in there. Oh, and that pulpy sort of with obviously all the seeds and everything in there too. So
the cocoa bean.
The cocoa bean. You always return to your dark master. The cocoa bean.
Yeah, that is really delicious. I don't know. I guess it might not be far enough. This might be one of those like uncanny valley of drinks. You know how people say like, oh, that almost looks. It's not quite real enough that it almost looks weird. I could see how that is. It didn't quite go far enough with it fully tasting like juice. Oh, so then since it's held back just that little bit, it's almost like what it makes it like bad the other way. So that's almost what I could say. I have a 9 a.m. tomorrow, so I should sleep. Good night. Anthony, is that what our new names are? Anthony. There we go. That's not bad. Some combinations there. It's not bad. It's not bad. We can spitball. We can work on this. It's fine. Greetings, Bevy and Bonus Bevy.
I'm Bonus Bevy. I know I'm Bonus Bevy in this one. That's good.
You know who you're at now.
Yeah, I haven't, at least when I've been here, Raven hasn't been in a while. So hello there. Welcome.
Raven, it's good to see you. How are you doing this fine evening? Hopefully you're staying warm. I know it has been cold in a lot of parts of the country lately.
I saw.
Especially up in your neck of the woods, or at least I thought it had been.
The Hoppy Vine is going to have, speaking of Raven, a mead tasting, a Superstition meadery tasting.
Oh.
So
I saw that actually Beer Week is coming up.
Oh, okay.
February 16th through something or whatever. So Tap and Bottle would put out their stuff that they were doing. Maybe we look at getting together and doing something there, just like going down and checking out some beers if they've got some. I know Arizona Wilderness is going to be at one of them, and some other things checking out. Staying warm by unpacking everything for my kitchen. Perfect. That is a good way to stay warm. Just like fork goes here, fork goes here, now knife, now fork.
I'm assuming that Raven recently moved.
I'm guessing that. That's what I think we're saying here.
Speaking of, you said Arizona Wilderness, but it made me think in that the bourbon that we're having tonight, in that list was the Arizona or the Wilderness Trail bourbon.
Yeah.
And is that the one we had that you bought? Because we have a Wilderness
I would need to
Trail.
double check on that. Okay. Let me actually bring up that link. So yeah, Keith is tying into one of the beverages we'll be having at the end of the evening. We have the Maker's Mark Cask Strength that I was able to purchase when I stood in line the other week when I was out.
So you had to stand in line?
Yeah, so it was interesting. Chucky, good to see you. I have learned that I have an overabundance of glass mixing bowls.
Oh, I love the glass. The glass mixing bowl for me is also my salad bowl. It's the popcorn bowl. It's everything. And I only have one, so it's got a little chip in it too. So
you need to get another one. Sounds like a birthday list item. A bowl set. Chucky, it is good to see you. It is good to see everybody tonight. But yeah, so we had to stand in line. So
Should I check?
What happened?
Oh, should I see if we've done it? Wilderness, did we do it?
We did. We definitely did one. I just don't know if it was that one. I was actually looking to try and go to the tweet you brought up, because then we could flip through the beverage those pretty quick.
Just gonna.
All right, why don't you do that while I tell my story? That'll be easier then. So
yes.
I don't get distracted. Wait, what was I talking about? No, I was kidding. So what is that? Is it 2 weeks ago now? When was that? Is that only a week ago? Has it been that? Maybe it's only been a week. It's been 1 week. Anyway, when was that I went there?
I don't know. You'd have to look back to the tweets.
It was so I guess it's been a week. So a week ago, they had the distributor for, like I said, for obviously a lot of different types of spirits and things like that. Short version. They put on like a couple times a year, or at least once a year, maybe twice a year. They basically have one of these things where they've gotten a bunch of allocated bottles from their vendors, obviously from Buffalo Trace, from a lot of these other different places. Mostly Buffalo Trace, I think, was there, but there was obviously some Maker's Mark, some other things. But they get a bunch of allocated bottles, and then they do one of these kind of events where it's like, hey, we're going to be at this store at this time. You go, you have to get in line. Their big kind of selling point to it was that each person that was in line would get a raffle ticket for free, and then you had a chance to win. They had 30 different bottles of everything from Pappy Van Winkle 20 to Rip Van Winkle, to all of those things you can't find. 17-year Eagle Rare. Winkle. That is the name of one. It's a 10-year. All those different types of things. So they had a raffle so that was part of the raffle. And then it was, as you stood in line, and got your ticket, then you would go in, and they have two tables is usually how they do it. They have a table A and a table B. And obviously there's better stuff on table A, and there's some lesser stuff on table B. You can buy one bottle from each as you go through the line. So it's basically you're waiting in line for those allocated bottles. We got there about 2.5 or 3 hours before they actually were going to start letting people in and filling out stuff for the raffle. There were people at 4:00 the day before waiting in line to try and get things that were going to be allocated on the table because they were
someone was
rare.
there the day before.
Yeah, someone was there the day before.
Wow.
There was multiple people there the day before. This was at the Fry's on the other side of town.
Oh gosh.
It was the only, so there were 6 different events that they did over like the last like week and a half that this distributor did over the last like week and a half. One of them, all the other ones were up north of us. Like I said, this was the only one that was even mildly close. It was still a little bit of a drive, but it was the only one that was mildly close. So yeah, they had some really rare, they had like some Weller stuff that was just like, oh, I never see that literally at not, and everything then was being sold at MSRP. Like that's the thing is like that it's not being sold at outrageous prices that you see it. So that was, so that was kind of crazy. So some of those people, like we saw pictures, or I should say I saw pictures later on that, HJ had forwarded me of like, oh look, this is what we missed out on, like being there a little bit later or whatever. Like there was some crazy stuff that they had on the table for just regular MSRP. Wow. It's been 1 week since you had to wait your turn, didn't bring a hat, and got a sunburn. It's been 1 week since you wait your turn, didn't bring a hat, and got a sunburn. There you go. I give you the full effect there because you deserved it, Chucky. That was talent right there. I liked it. And that is true. I did also get sunburned waiting. It's amazing. It's cold outside. You don't think about the sun. This side of my face should have thought about the sun. It's good. I'm good now for the most part. But yeah, it was one of those ones, and you don't realize it too. I got in the car after the day was done because we were there for like 4 or 5 hours.
Handsome Pete.
I haven't seen this one in a while.
Pete, you got some customers.
Oh, that was good. Yeah, we haven't seen Pete in a while.
Get in the car and you start to drive and you're like, it shouldn't be still warm outside. I don't know. Why do I still feel warm? Oh, yeah. Like my arm, you could tell too. Like it was just like red right here. Like I wore jeans, so at least that was like wasn't completely in a rut. But anyway, yeah. Like so you, and then I'm one of those people. Like I start chatting with people in line. Like I just like start talking, and so then there's turns into a lot of bourbon conversation and stuff. So it was fun. It actually didn't like to take that long. Overall, but yeah, so you go through, they have the 2 different tables, allocated things. Blow, how's it going? Good to see you. Bringing back the classics, always Raven. So went through the line, kind of like, you're waiting, you're like, oh, it's going to be up there. And then you're seeing, as you're waiting in line, you're seeing people like leaving with stuff and you're like, oh my God, that was up there. Yeah. So there was some of that, like hiding there, both like, oh God, what is that coming? So they had some rare E.H. Taylor stuff. Like they had a lot of really rare stuff. So it was neat. Hopefully they do it again. Definitely was worth the time waiting out. I don't know if I would go the day before, even as amazing as some of those things like were. I don't know.
It's like the old days waiting in line for concert tickets.
I know, for concert tickets, we were talking about like, video game consoles, like all that stuff. Jeans tend to be poor sunblock for your face or other non-jean areas. Exactly.
Words 100%. To live by.
But like I said, so we slowly kept inching up. We're like, oh, I hope there's some stuff left. And, so then we're like, oh, what do you hope is there? I was like, I don't know what's going to be there. And especially with us, with me, like I said, even though I have a decent bourbon collection, it's nothing compared to what my friends is. So then it's like, we have different needs and want, so we're discussing back and forth. And then finally we kind of like make it around the corner. And then since I'm tall enough, I can kind of see in, and I'm looking at the table and I see at the very end, there's 5 bottles. And it's one of the ones I've been looking for forever. Literally one of my personal unicorns that I have wanted to get.
What was it?
It is the Weller Full Proof. So it is so obviously we've had the Weller 12 year.
Okay.
Weller Full Proof, it's 114 proof, but it's Weller. So it's even.
Did you get it?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Because it was $50.
And normally it would be on the
$400.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow.
So there was that. Next to that was Elmer T. Lee Single Barrel. That's what my friends like. That was.
So could you only pick one?
Get one from that table.
Okay.
And then there was a B table, which you could take one from as well. And so everything was Emirates. So that was, so I grabbed, and I'm counting, I'm like, oh God, there's 9 people. I'm like, do these people want that too? I'm like, God, there's only 5. Thankfully, like everyone kind of like, I think again, because of the bourbon stuff, like people have different things that they can or can't find or haven't bought. So that one was, so like there was still like no one in front of us got that. So I took that. And then like
from the A table.
Yeah. So then my friend took the Elmer T. Lee single, which I had some of that this last weekend over at their house, and that's delicious too. It was like $40. It's normally also like $300.
Wow.
Like on the stupid secondary market. Like again, not where you should be. Cheers to all. So did that. Like they had a ton. Like we went to, and the thing that was nice was you could go through the line multiple times. They're like, yeah, if you get back in line and there's stuff there you can keep, like, but like they're selling. They're like, they're trying to sell it, but they're doing it, in a fair way that way. So I took that one. The other table, there was like there They had Weller Special Reserve, but they had a ton of it. The Green Label one that we've done the podcast.
Oh,
on.
yeah.
It's really good. And like and like they had it for $23, which you look online, like I showed my wife, I'm like, yeah, you buy the same, it's $70. Like that's what people are trying to sell it for.
You had the bigger bottle. Is it always in that bigger bottle?
No, the one I got is the smaller one. Okay. Like I said, so I did not get that because I was like, and it looked like they had plenty, and I was like looking behind to see where they had stocked, because as soon as people would take one, they were putting more of that out. I'm like, that'll probably make it back around. They had a ton of Blantons too. I was hoping to make it back around. That was not on the B table, but I was hoping to make it back around for one of those just to get another bottle. Unfortunately, they've even though I think I counted like 30 or 40 bottles, but enough people probably just started when other stuff had
back
gone
around. And did everybody go back in the second time?
Quite a few people did. Okay. Like I said, we wound up going back around like 4 times.
Oh, so when you start to see the Crown Royal coming out, you're like, damn it.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank God. No. So I skipped that. They had, the Eagle Rare 10 years. So I got that because I had it at regular price. So it was $30.
Okay.
Which normally, like I said, still a good price, but usually 45 or more or whatever. So that was the one I wanted then out of everything else that was left. So then we we did that, made our first purchase. And then we were like, well, we're getting back in line. So then we got back in line and we made it back through. And by the time we made it back through, they had actually stocked with a different stuff. So I don't know if they had pulled stuff from Fry's stock or whatever else. So then we also have a bottle of so we've had the Larceny small batch.
Right.
They had Larceny barrel proof, which you don't see very often either. So I grabbed a bottle of that. So we've got a lot of whiskeys coming up over the next few weeks is what I'm trying to say. Keith will balance it out. Keith will balance it out with wines, potassium, and juices and things.
Right.
And then,
keep us hydrated.
Yeah. Keep us fully hydrated. But yeah, so I grabbed that and then back through. I was like, well, I'll grab a Special Reserve, like, cause it's good. Like and then when I went back around, I grabbed one more Special Reserve. So for $23.
So how many bottles did you wind up getting?
5 total.
Oh, okay.
5 or 6, 3 of them being the Special Reserves. It was like for $23, I'm not just going to keep grabbing this.
Yeah.
So those, like I said, those, and then the Maker's Mark that we're having this evening, all of a sudden that had come out and I was like, oh, this sounds really good. The cask strength. And I think even Jason had said like, oh, this is a decent, this one's, or that he had liked that one or had some other versions of it. So I grabbed that, not even realizing about the article that you had posted on Twitter, which had
I posted a few
top 20 bourbons, at least by this reviewer, under $50. And it was actually Jason that had mentioned it. He's like, oh, I think that one's on the list. And I was like, oh, I'll get it then. Not realizing it was the number one on the list.
There was, I did under 20, 20 to 30, and then 30 to 40, or no.
This one was 20 under 50.
Oh, under 50. That's
top
right.
20.
Maybe I did
50.
them all. Maybe I did like 4 of them. Who knows?
The only thing in going back through and reading it, and Jason mentioned this too, was that there was almost everything he wrapped up his review as, it's good over ice or pour some water. I was like, who is this guy that keeps saying everything needs to be poured over? Like, it's fine if you want to do that, but it was like literally everything, except I think for this one. The one we were about to have that's cask strength, he did not mention that. It was just like, this is good. This is,
yeah.
Yep. Anyway, it was funny. Yay for whiskey. Fry's was a Phil electronic chain here in Texas. So there's 2. Like a lot of people might call them like Kroger's. It's either Fry's, Kroger store. I think they're
aren't they owned by the same?
They are. It's the same. It's the same company, but they're called differently.
We had Fry's. There was a Fry's electronic in Phoenix.
Yeah, we did have Fry's electronics as well, but anyway, I need the list.
The local tap water taste test.
Oh God.
Oof. Bring one from HJ's area, from my area, from here.
Yeah, we just bring them all from all over.
Yeah. Wow, that would be.
So so the list of things I was able to get, Chucky, was, like I said, the Weller Full Proof. It is the blue label bottle. That was one of my unicorns. They had a bunch of other Weller stuff there that just did not make it to us by the time we got through the line, but that was one of the ones I had wanted. Like I said, my friend brought an Elmer T. Lee single barrel, which I did get to try over at their house, which was amazing. What else? And then it was the Weller Special Reserve, which is the green label, which again is not like, it's a very, very good bourbon. It's not at the price you normally find it at, but if you can, like, if I could find that one all day long for $23, that'd be like that. You should drink that. Like, that's just the one you should drink. And then the one we're having tonight is the Maker's Mark Cask Strength. The Larceny Barrel Proof was the other one we got to have, or that I bought. And then actually I got as a gift for Christmas. Very excited about this too. This is another one we get to try. So we've often liked several things from Frey Ranch.
Oh, yeah.
He was able to get me a Frey Ranch barrel proof.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, good.
So we've got one of those.
And they're going to be available in Tucson soon, right?
Supposedly, they're supposed to be available. Some of that stuff's supposed to start being available here very soon. So that'll be really cool, too. But like I said, that's another whiskey and bourbon create a distiller that we have enjoyed a lot, and also because of the farming that's done behind it. They actually just won some awards for sustainability in farming and all that kind of stuff. It's really, really interesting. They grow everything that is in like literally in the bottle is grown and comes from, like I said, that farm, and it's really, really cool. Highly recommend them. They do ship across the U.S. Sometimes that's always the annoying part. That's a little cost prohibitive, but every once in a while they'll have free shipping. So maybe, like I said, just look for Frey Ranch. That is definitely a solid option when it comes to that. Were you able to find that list of the 20 under 50?
Oh yeah, it's on. Well, it's on our Twitter page.
It is.
I just had to scroll.
He's scrolling. Was there anything on that list that stood out to you in particular, or you're like, oh, that one's
there's like I said, there's a few I thought we'd pivot.
Yeah, did you like that?
Oh yeah, no,
I was pretty excited about that.
I've actually seen that one recently. That's so good.
Yeah.
Shut up. Yes, I have the list. So there's a rabbit hole on there.
I noticed that too, which the rabbit hole stuff always hadn't found that as much. Okay. I did not, Zonia. I don't think so, but that's probably on you. That is probably on you. So which rabbit hole was actually on there?
Kentucky Straight, Cave Hill Kentucky Straight Bourbon.
Okay, so just like they're kind of... Yeah. I'd have to look. Like I said, for the most part, the pricing on those were pretty accurate too. Like when I saw
what did you pay for the Maker's Mark?
It was right at like 50. I think it was like 51 or something like that.
Wyoming Whiskey Small Batch. Like I said, a couple of these I was like, I think we've had Johnny Drum Private Stock. Never heard of that. Jep the Creed Bloody Butcher Corn Straight Bourbon. Davies
was there
County?
Old Forester on there too?
Yeah, I think
was the 1920 on there.
Castle and Key Small Batch. The Blade and Bow.
So that's one. That was one that Jay always liked.
Okay,
and has bought a few of. And that I've had.
Old Forester, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, 1870 original batch.
I don't know if I probably have had that one.
Rowan's Creek.
We've had that one. We podcasted on that, didn't we?
Did we?
Isn't it the Rowan's Creek?
I don't know. I couldn't find the Wilderness Trail, so maybe we didn't actually do a podcast on it.
Maybe not.
We probably recorded one and maybe just didn't go up on the...
That is always possible.
Yeah, here's the Wilderness Trail Small Batch Bourbon Whiskey, bottled in bond.
I think we did the rye.
Oh, okay.
I think that's probably what we did the rye.
So when I saw that, I was like, wait, we've done a Wilderness Trail. Jefferson's Reserve, very old Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, very small batch. It's not only very old, it's a very small batch.
I think we've had that one too. You can ease up on the caps, Zonia, or if you'd like a band, that would always be cool too. It's your choice. Let's ease up on the caps. And that joke, not going too far. I could have sworn we would have done the Wild. That's weird. I remember my first time discovering Wilderness Terminale IPA. Yeah, I guess not. Yep. Okay. I know we did that, but I think it was the rye because I do remember the green label. So I don't know if I've had that other one.
Pinhook High Proof Bourbon Whiskey?
That's the one we did.
Okay.
Yeah. Does that one say what the proof is?
Knob Creek. This is the 9-year. This is when we carry it. We can sell this at Trader Joe's.
Is that one the single barrel though?
Oh, yeah, maybe this is... No, this doesn't say. Small batch. This is actually the one we carry at the store.
We're just going to do that. If you want to think about the rules of the channel, asking you to politely ease up on the caps lock. You got a few minutes to think about it. I'll give you another chance.
But yeah, that's just
if it's just a regular, I don't know. Like I said, the one we're having tomorrow is we're having the Knob Creek single barrel. Take a sip, maybe a breather. Yeah, both of those, right, Chucky?
Bullet 10-year or Bullet Bourbon 10. Woodford Reserve Double Oaked.
Yeah.
So that's his number 6. Four Roses Small Batch.
That one's always a good one. I like the Four Roses Small Batch.
Stellum Bourbon.
I haven't heard of that one.
George Dickel Bottled in Bond Tennessee Whiskey. Fall 2008, age 13 years.
Yeah, I think Jay has some of that one.
And Michter's US 1 Small Batch Kentucky Straight Bourbon.
That one's good. Like, I don't think that one to me wouldn't maybe make it that high on the list.
A lot of times I'll put those up just because I think we've had these, and just
it starts good conversation.
It's good conversation.
Yeah. No, it definitely, like I said, in chat, and then actually it was funny because I think either I hadn't seen it yet or something else, and and maybe it was like Jay was actually referencing the article, and they're like, oh, wasn't that on the list? I was like, I said, Keith must have posted that one. I haven't seen that list yet or whatever. And he's like, oh yeah, I think that was on there. Cause then he was the one that was, he's like, yeah, everything's ice and water apparently.
That makes it all better.
It does. It definitely does. Should we go get a beer? Should we have a beer?
I think we should do that.
Some conversation.
Yeah, we should.
All right. I need to get glassware. I don't actually need to get the beer because the beer is in there. There's this amazing fridge right here that I get to use all the time. It's pretty nice. Discriminating hard against caps lock Nimrods and proud of it. This is the way. Yeah. Yeah. I think after you've like 3 times there with that same joke, but like I said, again, I like to try and give someone the benefit of the doubt. Yeah. So again, in 10
think
minutes,
about it.
In 10 minutes, if they decide to chill around and comes in again, they can just get the full hammer if they like. But that's their choice. Oh, I thought you were going to use Keith's bowl with the chips. Yeah.
For what?
For the beer. Just use your chipped bowl.
It's just very small. It's on the outside. It doesn't affect anything. Is it on the
okay?
Yeah. There's no danger involved.
Okay, so you say. All right, we are going to take this off the screen right there. We're going to go take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to have the first probably podcast. I don't know if it's be podcast worthy. I think it's going to be weird. So it might turn into a podcast. So we'll initially go that route. Okay. But it is, again, if you guys are interested in any of the stuff that we're having this evening, where's the button? There it is. There's all the stuff that we're having is going to be, we just had the Trader Joe's Cacao fruit juice. Did I say that right?
Cacao.
It just doesn't feel right.
It's your safe word. It's okay.
Cacao. So we're going to try the Tripping Animals Brewing Family is Our Fortress. It is a sour beer. They call it a soda style sour beer, which I don't exactly know what that means. We're going to find out. Maybe that means it's more bubbly or whatever, but it's blueberry and lemon. That's got pictures of Avatar and stuff all over it. So it seems mildly topical with that,
all right,
that being out. So anyway, we'll be right back. I think we can come back.
I'm ready.
You ready? Are you sure?
I can handle it.
Are you fully potassium?
I can handle the truth.
Potassiumed?
Yeah, that's going to help. It's going to help the rest of the night for sure.
All right, we're going to have this. We're going to have this beer. We're going to knock out this podcast, and as we're finishing what is left of that beer, I'm going to look at you and I'm going to say, "So, what'd you think of Scarface?" And then we'll probably have a conversation about that. Apparently, was that your first time watching?
I had seen the last 20 minutes of it. Randomly, probably it was at the last house, so it had to be over 8 years ago. Just happened to watch that, and so yeah, I was a little confused then. So okay. I watched, because that's to say hello to my little friend. You know, that's in there, right. And but I was waiting for the whole. First you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the women. Right. He says. Okay. Yeah.
Then you get the sugar.
But then, yeah.
Because you think of the Simpsons?
Yes, of course.
What is the Simpson ones?
First you get the money, then first you get the money, then you get the power, then you get the sugar or something like that. Or maybe it was, sugar's in there somewhere because of that mound of sugar that he rescues when that truck turns over. So that's why I was a little confused having seen that end. Then all of a sudden I was like, wait, who is Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio? Oh, she's a sister? Wait a minute. How's that work out at the end? Because then she comes in and she's saying what she's saying. Oh. And you're like, so that's the only part of what I've seen. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. That's his sister. Why is she saying things like that?
My daughter. It's Chinatown.
Yeah, I know. It's a combination, but... So,
all right. So we are going to record a podcast. Thank you guys all for being here and hanging out. We always greatly appreciate it. We're going to warm up to the whiskey with a beer, which I think seems apropos.
Apropos of nothing on this February 2nd. No, it is apropos.
It is apropos. So yeah, we're going to start out with a beer. Like I said, when we do a podcast, a lot of these wind up going up on YouTube, as well as the full archive of the show. If you've been sitting here enjoying any of this, you can hit the subscribe button there. We greatly appreciate that. Well, I'm up. Okay, you're awake. Okay,
good.
Just had to give. Always got to give everyone a second to get awake. You always got to give everyone just a minute to be ready. But yeah, so we're going to record a podcast. All that stuff goes up on YouTube. Also, you can find those on your finer podcast networks. Hopefully, again, very soon, because that stuff is being goofy as well as we kind of get the website fully updated. Sitting here, that's about it. I mean, that's all we kind of do here, though, as well. Just chatting with all of you as well. Sitting by the dock of the bay.
Sitting by the dock of the bay. Watching the beverages roll away.
Roll away. It's been about 3 or 4 weeks, I think, since Avatar, the new one, just came out. I guess, right? The new,
at least because
the Way of Water.
A couple of weeks since we've been here.
Yeah,
it was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
and I think we talked about it then, so it has to have been a little bit before that, but not too much, I guess.
So James Cameron, in all of his forms, he always wants to make sure that everything is marketed fully everywhere as much as he can, whether it's movie posters, tie-ins, commercials, all that stuff. I don't think the beer we're about to have today is actually anywhere associated with Avatar, but they are very much leaning into that.
Okay.
And we'll show the picture here in a minute of this beer, but it is a sour ale, and it's blueberry and lemon.
Okay. So blue, I get the blue part then.
Yeah. So
okay.
we'll see what the taste and the color is for this. Give it a shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith, and we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we're about today is the Family is Our Fortress by Tripping Animals Brewing Company. It's a fruited sour.
It's a fruited sour.
And even I've never seen the Avatar movies, but even I would probably pick up on that.
I think so. But does anyone else think this looks like... I know. It seems a little off. Okay. Let's just go there. The drawing. It does not seem like it is accurate.
Well, they probably can't.
I know. I don't even think they should be probably getting this close, to be honest with you. This definitely, it was an eye catcher. I was walking through my local tap and bottle, going through and looking for different things, looking in the sour section. And all of a sudden I was like, oh, I'm like, okay. I'm like, what is it? So I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh, I've never heard. And they had a bunch of things from this brewery. I looked at a couple other ones. They actually got rated, like I said, fairly decently on Untapped. I would have tried one anyway because I like trying new breweries. Sure. But sometimes that's just another layer.
I'll stay away from the barcode there in case people want to scan that. Oh, wait, no.
Oh,
and the QR code.
the bar QR code. But anyway, so I was like, oh, that's an interesting new brewery, obviously leading into the Avatar. So when I looked it up, I did see pictures of it. So I think we're going to be interested to maybe talk about the color of this beverage.
Oh, okay.
When I let this out here. They also technically call it a soda-inspired sour ale. I don't know what that means.
Oh, my. Okay.
You can't see this on the screen because it's about the color of some of the screen.
Let me see if...
Yeah, do it. Yeah, there you go. That's a little better.
It almost looks like the color of the microphone there.
There you go.
That green. There, oh, that's better.
What are your thoughts on Windex?
I'll put it up against,
maybe not Windex. It melted down something else. Like maybe if you put some Comet in your Windex.
That's kind of a cool green color actually.
Okay, so you're liking the color. It does not turn you off.
No. Considering what we're going to be drinking, or at least what they're purporting this to be, which is a lemon blueberry,
right?
Soda like style sour. It could be something Mountain Dew-ish color wise. So
the other question I had about this as well, wasn't there a beer that I had over at your house that kind of had a similar color to this? It was one of the gummy,
yes.
Was that a Drecker that used the gummy bears or something else?
No, it wasn't, because I had bought it and had one, and then my brother bought one over.
Yeah, and then we're like, oh, we need to try this.
And that was, I can't remember who made that. But I had a picture of it.
So
something like that.
This is the amount of work that About Beverages puts in. We have had multiple beers of similar colors to this.
That's right.
Like, follow, and subscribe.
There you go.
All right, to the aroma?
Yes.
It's blueberry and lemonade.
It is.
It's blueberry and lemonade. That is definitely... It's actually making my mouth water a little bit just smelling it.
Almost a little green apple in a way, but...
Oh, is that too?
There's a little something
like green apple Jolly Rancher
that kind of thing. Probably it does. My mouth is watering, actually.
Mouth is watering, actually. All right.
Doesn't smell like beer at all.
It does not smell like beer at all. So that would be a little checkbox then for one right there.
Yes, it sure would be.
All right. Let's do the taste?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I don't think it's Avatar related. Drinks blue beer with the unobtainium squeezins on the side. Yeah, the unobtainium is just ridiculous. Today's $1 million idea. Hard Windex.
Hard. I think it's already hard if you're drinking that.
If you're drinking Windex,
your night's going to be hard.
You've definitely hit rock bottom if you're drinking Windex.
A hard night.
It's been a week there one night.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Are you ready?
Yeah. There's not too much more to...
There's a little bit.
No.
I'm not leaving a streaky finish.
My glass is as clean as a whistle.
My glass is as clean as a whistle. That tastes kind of like it smells.
Yeah.
It is tart. It is kind of has like a little like a Smartie kind of thing in there too. There's like a with the sweetness, but yeah, it's blueberry.
Definitely doesn't taste like a beer.
Not at all.
So this could be
not at all.
Yeah.
That's I kind of like it. I think I like it. I think you have to be in the mood for this because because I usually like it when there's a little bit of a blend of beer in there as well. Like I said, even as much as I like a lot of different sours, and this one is like none of that. It is like I said. So I understand now kind of the soda inspired sour ale. So it is that. It is very much. More toward sweet and fruity, and it is tart, making my mouth water still. Yeah, I think the more I talk about it, the more I like it.
Yeah, no, I like it as well.
I like it as well. I wish the color was a little different.
Why is it that color?
I don't know. Well, blueberries and lemon, so yellow and blue make green.
But is that actually in there? I mean,
I don't know.
Actual blueberry, actual lemon.
We'd have to look on the side of the can a little more, or because Untapped does not have a ton of information.
Is that the color of unobtainium?
It could be the color of unobtainium. We finally found the actual color.
There we go.
Right there. And if you want to find the colors of other beers, go to our website, AboutBeverages.com, and check out everything that we have ever tried in the last over a decade now. We're coming up on 15 years, even if it's not even close. We're going to say we're coming up on 15 years. No, it's getting there.
2009. Yeah, we're in our 15th year.
There we go. We're in our 15th year. Yeah. So please go check out the website. Or if you don't want to go to the website, you can always go to YouTube. If that's the place where you get most of your firsthand video knowledge of things, click on the subscribe button there. I'll greatly appreciate that. We've got always our podcast going up, full archives of our show that we do Thursday evenings as well. All can be found there. And if you want just the audio version in podcast form, shockingly enough, Spotify, Google Podcast, iTunes. If you have a favorite podcasting app, just search for About Beverages and you'll probably find us there, is what I'm going to say. You'll also probably find links to other things if you're searching on Google for us, right?
The social media pillars.
They do, the pillars.
The 3 pillars, which for us are TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, which is the one that we use most often to keep you up to date on what is going on here at About Beverages. Like earlier this evening when I tweeted that we were about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, which we do most Thursday evenings around, it's 5:30 Mountain. Yeah. Sometimes 5:30 Pacific.
Let's just say 7:30 Eastern.
There we go. 7:30 Eastern. That's the one thing we know.
Until it shifts.
Till it changes, and then we'll let you know. We'll tweet it out.
We'll let you know
that's happened. So we get Thursdays are when we get together and just hang out, have some fun, try some beverages. Sometimes a green beverage.
More often than we think.
And like I said, just have a good time. Throughout the week, Andrew's going to keep you up to date on what he is doing in the gaming world and what beverages he will be enjoying while he's doing that. So for all the latest, follow us on Twitter.
But as we always say, whether we like it or not,
you should give it a shot.
And that is a podcast. Exactly. Do you like it? Do you like it as much as the 2 characters' expressions on the can? The characters' expressions on the can all just looked a little creepy to me.
It is the color almost of a melted green Jolly Rancher, but with a little bit of blue.
So a Louis blue raspberry,
but it's not that blue.
And a Sir Isaac lime melted together.
You'd have to have just the right ratio.
Okay.
So,
just the right amount of food coloring. It's good though. I actually like it. I would buy another one of these. It's actually pretty tasty.
I think Pocket would like that.
I think so too.
I don't think there's any beer in there.
No, there is not.
Nope.
If you find beer in there, let us know. I think that was the usual, around like maybe $5, something like that. I don't think it wasn't anything like too over the top. But yeah, they had a bunch of them. They had another one that was mango, like it was like magnanimous, but it was mango.
Oh,
something like that. So they had another one. So I think they had 2 or 3 of these that were these soda inspired sours. So that one also, like I said, might have been pretty good. I got this one just because it looked like it was going to be even a little bit more funky.
I think tomorrow I'll be doing a little birthday party offering shopping, and I might pick one of those up to have at the house, because that'd be a good slushie.
Oh, that would be very good slushie.
Good slushie style.
Yeah, that 100% would be. That is unique. So Scarface, you Going to need to see that a few more times, really kind of let it drink it all in, as it were.
Part of the problem, and I don't know where I would have changed the setting, but it seemed like we were watching it in that soap opera sort of look.
Oh.
Maybe that's just the way it is from 1983, but it had that sort of feel to it. But it was funny that Robert Loggia.
Yeah, Robert Loggia was in it. That's right. Yeah, he was in that. Come on, Tony. What are you doing?
Yeah, just the accents and stuff are just so. But what
was just bad.
Yeah. No, Pocket was definitely not a fan. I didn't like it much more, but there are certain things to say hello to my little friend and the couple of quotable things in there.
Chi-Chi, get the yayo. That's right as like that whole the bathroom scene where the guy like gets cut with the chainsaw and stuff. Good. When they kick in there the drugs down there, he says Chi-Chi, get the yayo. Made up on the spot. Literally, Al Pacino came up with a nickname for heroin on the spot. Yayo.
Yayo.
You didn't get the hairy grandma fingers from this brewery. Oh my God, is that actually a name of the beer that they have? There it is.
Stuck behind Robert Loggia at the airport.
May I have your name, please?
Robert Loggia.
Can you spell that for me?
Certainly. That's Robert Loggia. R as in Robert Loggia. O as in, oh my God, it's Robert Loggia. B as in, by God, that's Robert Loggia. E as in, everybody loves Robert Loggia. R as in, Robert Loggia. T as in, Tim, look over there, it's Robert Loggia. Space.
Space.
L as in, look, it's Robert Loggia.
That's going to be you at the airport.
Space. Oh, God. Yeah, could be. That was very well done, Baker. Thank you for redeeming the Robert Loggia.
Hairy grandma thing? No, I have not heard of that. That sounds terrible. Now I will look that up because you've inspired me.
So it's just, the accents just weren't good. But one of the things I realized recently is a couple of people that are in that were also in Breaking Bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See,
exactly.
I didn't realize that was Stephen Bauer as the Don Eladio.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't until the other day. And then the guy who is Hector.
When they kill that guy, when they knife that guy at the little camp at the very beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Like that kind of stuff. They like freak him out. They kill that guy and then
what's his name? That guy's in it.
Oh, yeah, he's in it too. Yeah, exactly. Uncle Ding Ding.
Uncle Ding Ding.
A collaboration with our familia from Arcane Aleworks, conditioned with strawberry, mango, orange, almonds, and vanilla. Hairy grandma finger. Oh, so it's a wolf. Looking like a grandma.
Oh, okay.
That's funnier now.
All right, that's better. That's not quite as gross.
Fruited sour.
I heard Bryan Cranston called in to Dan Patrick yesterday.
Oh.
And I guess he and Aaron Paul are doing a commercial for the Super Bowl. That was directed by Vince Gilligan.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. And then also Bryan Cranston threw this on. He said, if you go to his website, it's like Bryan Cranston's Big Game or something like that, and make a $5 donation to Big Brothers Big Sisters. He's gonna doing a drawing for a grand prize winner for 2 tickets to the Super Bowl, hotel, airfare, and you get to meet Bryan Cranston.
Did you do it?
I haven't done it yet, but yeah. So I thought that was,
I should do that. Oh my God, I'd pass out.
And he said, he's like, I'd actually like to announce the winner on your show next week if that's okay. And Dan Patrick's like, yeah, that'd be great. It sounded like it was unplanned.
Okay.
Because he just called in, like it wasn't like a video call or anything like that. He just called in and said, yeah, he's like, I'd like to do it on your show. So,
I heard Tom Brady finally retired.
Well, yeah, I think so. We'll see if this one takes, but seems like it's going to.
We don't count it until actually the season starts.
Yeah,
and we finally be rid of him.
Hey, who's that new quarterback over there?
Yeah. Oh, that's Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. Hey, wait a minute. No, I would. It seemed
like you wouldn't do this multiple times, right? I mean,
because
you're about to be in Brett Favre territory.
Because his thing, even did you hear? He's like, you get one really big.
That
Hollywood
was kind of. I did watch it because I was like,
so I'm not doing that.
As much as I'm not a huge fan of him, like I said, I was like, well, I need to watch this history. Like kind of watching the thing, and he was like, you only get one. He's like, and I already did that, so this is just stuff. I was like, okay,
yep. I thought it'd been great though. He could. I mean, if you're a Niners fan, I think you would have wanted him to go there for a year.
I don't think so. They've got so many quarterbacks. I mean, they needed more this past weekend.
None that are healthy, but
I mean, you're going to let Jimmy Garoppolo go. Like he's not going to be there next year.
Right.
100%. You're going to find a way to trade him, or you let him go, and then you already have I mean, you're going to go back to
Trey Lance,
and then you got Purdy as the backup. Like, I mean, unfortunate. A series of unfortunate events. Like, I mean.
Yep.
I saw some people, like I said, again, like I said, my friend is a huge Niners fan, so obviously I follow a lot of their stuff. But like I said, I saw some of the press conference stuff. People like trying to be like, you feel like maybe you play calling should change a little bit with these injuries. It's like a guy hit his head on the ground. Like you can't meet, and he did this in a much nicer way than I would have been able to do. He's like, one guy hit his head on the ground. He's like, so I can't do anything about that. The other guy was throwing the ball and somebody's helmet hit him in the elbow. He's like, I can't change that with a play.
Right.
And he's like, I have someone randomly rolled up on Garoppolo's leg. He's like, when he's in the pocket, and then he's like, we have a quarterback who his skill set, we're going to have him run some. He's like, and something is like, I don't think that's anything.
It's just
that
one
I
of
can
those
control.
things that,
It was just really frustrating because we got the game that evening between the Bengals and the Chiefs. We got that game that was like, this is the game we were looking for. Unfortunately, it sounds like I didn't get to see some of the end of it. Like, it seems like the officiating maybe went a little bit awry, and then that guy unfortunately pushed them out a bit. Like, what are you doing? Like, that's just such a bad, like, what are you doing? So there's that. But then, like I said, in the earlier game, you're hoping for that, like, two great matchups. And because of that injury, like, literally right at the beginning, it just literally destroyed the rest of that game. Yeah. It was just nothing.
Although it was all right. When
and I don't know why
what's his name ran for a touchdown after McCaffrey.
They should have left him
CMC.
in. He was the backup quarterback. They should have left him in and just ran Wildcat the whole time, because to bring Purdy in, they know he's handing it off.
Yeah.
So you're basically losing a defender the whole time. Like, that just, to my brain, just didn't make any sense. But again, coming from a Dolphins fan living in the Patriot state, I have two kids, and yet Bernard Pollard breaking Brady's leg was the best day of my life. Wow. I would say the same thing if it was Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre. So I understand guarding down. I don't wish injury on anybody anybody in football at all, but those would probably be the only two. And now, like, that rumor stuff is starting again too. Like, of him going somewhere else. Like, just get it, just go.
Will the Bears trade the number 1 pick?
No.
Or will they're gonna keep it?
No, they'll back up a few spots if they're smart.
Okay.
I saw the best one I saw was that they would actually trade. I think it's that they would trade with the Seahawks for the number 1 pick, and then the Bears would get the 5th and the 20th in the first round, and then they would have. I don't know if there'd be another pick on top of that too, but that was the one I saw that sounded. I think if the Bears want to still do what they want to do, which is defense, I think, like I said, we need a defensive lineman, especially there's some really good, like, get one of them. I think they need to at least stay in the top 10 and probably more like top like 5 to 7 or whatever. So if they can be in the top like 5 or less and get an extra pick in the first round, where then that pick could be a wide receiver, it could be, whatever else, like, that would be, I think that's what we have to do. We don't need a quarterback. Like, I mean,
you don't go get one of the available quarterbacks at number 1.
No.
Okay.
The Wizard of Oz also.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Also. Dun, 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 dun.
No.
If I could be king of the forest.
Alrighty. But yeah, no, no, that would be ridiculous. It would have to, I can't even.
Ryan Poles said he'd have to be blown away.
Yeah.
What if he is? What's the Alabama or CJ Stroud or?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
It's too much more valuable to have what we already have at quarterback that had no offensive line this year and basically was throwing to nobody, and got the production that he did.
Throwing to no one.
And got the production that he did. And if we can, with the amount of money we have and everything else, why you wouldn't already build around? He's still under his rookie contract. You've got that at least for another year, if not two, like a couple more years. The reason, like, why you wouldn't build around that, like I said, and what they were able to do with the defense that was kind of cobbled together too. Like, there's just too much bright upside to get 2 first-round picks, have all the other picks we have in the draft. To take another quarterback, that would be ridiculous. Like,
all right,
I can't even imagine what you would have to get and how you would explain that to the fan base. Like, that would just be absolutely crazy to my eyes. But again, I don't make decisions. So that is what it is.
In my eyes.
Should we go get a whiskey?
I think that sounds like a good idea.
Let's go get a cask strength whiskey. I've been waiting to have for a little bit now. Let's go grab that bottle, and we will be
right back.
We're right back.
Do we need like a knife or something for that?
I hope not. We're talking about the whiskey. No one can see right now. See, as soon as I hit the button, they can't.
Oh, they can hear us?
Oh,
yeah. Gosh.
Yeah.
Do we need a knife for that?
Do we need a knife for that?
Do we need to put our pants back on? Wait, what?
Dear God, of course we don't. Not this late in the evening. Yeah. I probably could open this now, I suppose.
Does it have
It's got a little
the easy opening?
It's got a tab here
access?
somewhere.
Dipped in wax.
Well,
Once again, we're talking about the bottle.
Go on. Yep. Oh man.
So thanks to Guardian Down for the
Guardian Down. Thank you for the gifted sub. It took us a second. We were just walked out of the room. We came back. We're like, say hi. So we got a Guardian Down. Thank you for the gifted sub too. Say hi to my little friend.
Say hi. It's not say hello.
Hi. Yeah, not say hello.
Say hi.
I'm surprised. Was say hello not available?
Maybe Al Pacino already has that.
That is actually Al Pacino's account. Say hi, my little friend.
Say hello. We should
open this. See, it's good we started now. Maybe right there.
Actually, it's wax, so you have to get a lighter.
Oh,
you have to melt the wax.
I got it. There, we'll just have it started. We can go for the cork pop that I always like. All right, we're going to record another podcast here, the last one of the evening. We appreciate you guys all being here. Hopefully, you've had a nice day. It's almost Friday.
It is.
Might actually already be Friday for a lot of our across the pond listeners, viewers, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, happy Friday to you all. Oh, thank goodness I didn't miss it. You got here just in time, stoned. Just in time. Oh my God.
Say hello to my little. Oh, that's weird.
It popped up there on the screen. Say hello to my little thing. What the hell is that?
That's a completely different sort of. I guess either way, a little friend.
I think I had just turned off the alerts. Damn it, Guardian Down. Say hello to my little thing. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I am turning off the alerts. I was out of town, so I had no service. No problem, Stone. Of course. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate it.
What are you drinking with
Berserker?
Berserker tomorrow.
We're having the Knob Creek single barrel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So we'll go up 10 proof from this one.
Really?
Well, that was 120, so it's 110. Whoa. Yeah. What did Uncle Ned do?
Did Berserker and Andrew drink?
Yeah. Level 8 hype train challenge. Oh my God.
Oh no.
Yeah. So tomorrow we will be, since Keith mentioned it, tomorrow we will be doing some Red Dead Redemption online, and myself and Berserker Cope, friend of the channel, good overall streamer as well, and a good overall guy. Dude, probably because it's cowboy. Should I say dude? Is that how
dude?
That
Yeah, getting
Buckaroo, is it what? Bourbon Buckaroo. We'll be doing some cross-country podcasting with at least with that particular whiskey, because he bought a bottle himself. So we're both going to be trying that one, and then riding around the world of Red Dead. So definitely check that out. Starting a little bit later, around 11 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific tomorrow. I think that's what we said. Something like that.
Chinese takeout.
Yeah,
okay.
right.
I'd like to enjoy some podcasting and Chinese takeout as well.
Oh, that sounds all right.
Yeah.
Go for some Chinese
Sounds
takeout.
good. I'll have that.
But until then, we're going to have a whiskey right now.
That's right. Maker's Mark Cask Strength.
Cask Strength.
Okay.
Keith, recently on Twitter, no, I don't want to start that way. I have chosen to cut that one off.
At least we didn't get too far.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We're 10 minutes in. I'm like, you know what?
No,
let's start over.
Back up.
Drink again.
Back up.
Recently, you posted on Twitter a list, I believe it was from Uprocks, about the 20 best whiskeys under $50. I mean, you posted
40 to 50,
lists,
I think, yes.
But it was 20 under 50. It had some sort of catchy title, as Uprocks tends to do.
Yes.
And we scanned through that, kind of looking at some of the different ones. Some of them we actually have had before, and we have done reviews of them. If you want to go and look for those, you can go in the archives about beverages and search for those either on YouTube or on our website. And if you want to see the full list, hit that up on Twitter. You can find that out, because it was interesting. Always good for conversation starting, which is, I think, what you said. So unbeknownst to part of that list, because I had not seen it, I was actually out able to make some whiskey purchases, and I actually bought the number one bottle on that list of what they said was the best one for under $50. So guess
Number
what?
one, numero uno.
Shockingly, I brought it to the tasting table, opening it for the first time for this Give It a Shot. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Keith. And we are AboutBeverages.com. And the beverage that we are about today is the Maker's Mark Cask Strength Bourbon Whiskey.
That is correct. This one comes in at 110.7 proof, 55.35% alcohol. This is batch number 2202. There are different batches, obviously, so your mileage may vary on those. When I bought this one, it was actually right around like $51, but I have seen it for $48, so his list is accurate.
And he mentions in that just it's based, kind of the pricing is based on where he is. I think in like a Total Wine in Kentucky or something like that. So, and this also, it says it's made with from 19 different barrels. I think that's what
I
it said.
did see something about that on there as well. I was not expecting this. I have not had Maker's Mark in a long time. Apparently, it's a screw cap.
Oh, really?
I got the wax off, which is obviously their signature wax that they do, where they dip that. If you actually go to the distillery, you can actually dip your own bottle and make your own kind of a bottle, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I was kind of doing this, and then I was like, "Oh." So anyway, screw cap. But yeah, I
they put the wax
as well.
on. You took the wax on.
I did. We went very much Karate Kid right there. But yeah, let's just get pouring and get right into it.
Yeah, because you just opened this, so this is going to need a little time to with all the aromatics and the esters and all the volatile content of this. It's going to need a little time to breathe.
Even other volatile content can be found on our website, AboutBeverages.
Ooh, volatile content.
No.
The home of volatile content.
The home of volatile content. Maker's Mark is another, I believe it is a wheated whiskey as well. So I think that's kind of where it fits into that playing field. I usually have, Maker's Mark has always been fine for me, but it's not one I usually gravitate toward or look for. So I am excited to try this. This is definitely right in my wheelhouse. I like the 100, 110 proof is kind of my favorite spot. Like I said, it's not, watered down quite as much. Gives you usually a little more flavor, hopefully a little more body, a little more of everything that you're looking for. So
you can control that then. If you do want to add, you do that yourself.
That is an excellent point.
Yes.
Yeah, like I said, if you need to proof it down just a little bit yourself, get some distilled water. Just put it's surprising how little you have to put in there. So you can always add more. You can't take any water back out. At least if you found that process, let us know how to do that. But a little on the lighter side, but just kind of nice honey color, I would say.
Yep.
Maybe a little red in there, but what you would expect.
Yep.
Go in for the sniff.
Absolutely. Careful. Oh wait, you did it a special way though.
Open your mouth.
Ooh, still tingles.
Tingles the nostrils.
Tingles the nostrils.
I definitely notice a difference too. Like when I have had stuff that we have opened, higher proof things, tasted it, kind of put out, our thought, and then like a week or two later, as it's kind of like it definitely does make a difference that amount of time, just getting a little bit of air and just opening up. So like we definitely on higher, this probably shouldn't need it as much, but on some of the higher stuff we've done, we definitely have made sure we opened it early, and I've even left the cat to try and really get it to kind of breathe a little bit. As silly as it sounds, it actually does make it.
Absolutely.
So we have found it to make a difference.
Yep.
All right, you ready?
I think so.
Think so, or do you know so?
We'll find out.
Okay.
We'll find out along with the rest of our viewers.
That's right.
Am I ready?
Caramel, and this is going to sound maybe a little weird. I get like a bubble gum almost. There's like something that's like a like generic pink bubble gum. There's something in there that's like that kind of, like I said, along with the caramel. It could just be the high fruit in there is making me think of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a high fruit note. I do get that.
Definitely, and definitely the alcohol kind of coming through, like some little bit of that coming through. But yeah, mostly a little bit of caramel, maybe a little bit of
touch of honey, maybe.
I was gonna say a little honey, or maybe even a little spice in there too. It's a nice nose, not overly complex, but like nice. I like it.
Caramel popcorn, maybe almost.
I'm interested in yeah. Ooh. Okay. Oh, that actually sounds good right now. Now I'm just hungry. I'm hungry, and I also want to chew some gum afterwards. Ready?
Ready.
Hide your wives. It's the Beverage Boys. Berserker, we were just talking about you. We were talking about what's going on tomorrow. How's it going, my friend? It is good to see you.
The cross-continent Red Dead 2?
Red Dead 2 online. So we're going to be online doing kind of whatever we dang well please.
Will people be able to join you, or just be the two of you?
It'll just be the two of us. We'll be in an open world, though, where who knows what we could run into in that open world of other people across it. Okay. I have not played Red Dead online in a very long time. Berserker has been playing it and enjoying it. So that was kind of what we found as a game to play. I was dipping into his stream the other day, which, like I said, if you guys for some reason have found a way not to be following Berserker, you need to fix that.
Not be doing it.
You need to fix that right now. There you go.
Actively avoiding Berserker.
We've been actively avoiding him. I tell you to at least stop for at least a day. and not do that. But yeah, go say hi to him there. Make sure you right click on the link and open up a tab and hit the follow button. I was in a stream, listening, lurking, watching, and the first thing I see is he's kind of running around doing stuff. All of a sudden, I see him, and I think this was accidental. I was doing something else at the time, so I apologize. Man threw a stick of dynamite on the ground and blew himself up. So this is what's going to happen tomorrow, I fear, is that like we'll be in the middle of doing something, and he will hotkey something the wrong way, and literally just, that's what I'm worried about. Made 2 store trips tonight, determined to find supplies for either Manhattan or an old fashioned. That also came up because we've said maybe we would try it and then turn it into one of those drinks. He's an old fashioned fan. I mentioned the Manhattan, and he's like, well, I could get stuff for that. I was like, well, no. I said, don't pressure yourself. He's like, well, no, I got to go to the store anyway. I was like, okay. I'm like, well, if you want to. So
I need some supplies. These are your supplies?
Oh, God. Yeah. There's some, me, myself, and Irene. But yeah, I am very excited for tomorrow. So I will, that should be a lot of fun. But currently we are enjoying this right here, or trying it. Little Maker's Mark Cask Strength. Interesting.
This was Maker Mark's bigger brother.
Yeah.
So what's the 46?
Started to burn down your whole apartment. Oh God, no! Your brother's in town.
Yeah,
I hate the way
you lost everything. Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
What's there's a Maker's Mark 46, isn't there?
I'm not 100% sure what that is exactly. Well, it's cheaper.
Oh, yeah.
My guess is that the proof French. That one's there's some that are French. That's French oaked.
French oaked.
Then takes a bold twist. We added seared French oak staves to the barrel to age it a bit longer, only in winter when bourbon matures more slowly. Bolder and more complex. Okay, so that's what they use now. I have not had the 46 in a while. I think this is the one I've actually had. This one right here. That's the one I've usually seen.
The fancier 46.
Yeah. 46. 46 and 2 bits of water. Ready?
Yes.
You want to think about it? You can think about it. I'm not, no pressure.
No,
no pressure.
Had a couple, and now this next one will be the one where the podcast is made.
Where the podcast is made.
That's right.
How is the selection tonight, gents? The featured beverage. So we did the Trader Joe's cacao fruit juice beverage. That was actually really good.
Both really like that.
So if you like I know you didn't like it, but they even mentioned coconut water on there. I thought it had a little bit of a coconut water taste, but much better, like more fruit. Like I like coconut
more
water.
Lemonade, more
fruit
like a
tang, lemonade kind of like it was actually really good. It's just literally cold pressed of that outer husk and fruit that is around cocoa nibs. But it does not taste like chocolate, unfortunately. And then the beer from Tripping Animals Brewery, A Family is Our Fortress Sour, was actually really good. It does not taste like beer at all.
No.
But it is a sour ale. It tastes blueberry. It's blueberry and lemonade.
Blueberry, lemon,
kind of
and
Smarties
soda style. That's what they say.
Yeah, so just very kind of frustrating. So very interesting. Yeah, it was. Like, so yeah, if you go to Trader Joe's, I recommend trying one of those if you don't mind. Like I said, again, I think it's a better version of... But I think there are notes of coconut. So if you like really hate coconut water, you might not like this.
Yeah,
but
one of my coworkers.
It's still worth.
That's where he landed on that.
He tried it though, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. At least, I think it's at least worth the try. At least worth shots. Dare I say?
Give it a shot. Give it a shot.
Yeah. All right, you ready?
Yep.
Okay.
Definitely has the heat. At least at the front.
I would say, there's a little spice at the front, but I think the finish is very smooth.
Finish is smooth.
I definitely get much more oak, char, like that kind of character kind of comes through in this flavor. The caramel is nice, blends in there. I don't get as much like those notes that I talked about of like higher fruit, almost like a little bit of bubble gum or something else going on in there. The honey. It's more toward the lower end of all those things mixed in with the wood. I actually like this quite a bit. This is good. I like this. This is actually quite tasty. Yeah, the finish to me is very smooth. A little bit of spice on the front of the tongue, but like that, especially on second, third, like you go into multiple sips, it doesn't stay there like some things we've had. Yeah. Like, ooh, that's just hot. Like, ooh, that's just spicy. I think this definitely...
A little bit. The body isn't like super heavy or super full, but it does leave a little bit of a oily coating, which is good.
There's a little viscosity. I wish it had just a pinch more body. Yeah. Maybe that'd be 112 proof, not 110 point whatever.
Just a little bit more.
Just a touch more. But no, this is very solid, especially for, like I said, this proof. I think it is much smoother than the proof would initially hit for some people. I think, like I said, because I've had plenty of whiskeys where they're 95% and it's like still spicy on the front and do not have this clean and smooth of a finish. So this is
definitely warms the front palate, and that's where all the heat is, and then on the back you just get the flavor notes. So that's good.
No, the oak caramel, little smoke, little like char kind of thing in there, maybe a little leather, like a little bit of that kind of going. That's really nice. Like I think that's solid at that price. Like I said, if you can find that around $50, like I said, I think that person was very accurate. Do we know what his name was? The author's name?
I don't know.
Of my head?
Probably should.
Bob
Maybe we should even maybe reach out with as many the things as I post to Twitter.
I know.
Reach out. Somebody by God is going to respond.
And then we actually do podcasts on them too, no less. It's pretty funny. Then it works that way. If you want to go in the archives and find other podcasts that maybe we have done from lists that we did not create, you can find them at our website, AboutBeverages.com, or obviously you can go to YouTube if you just want the latest videos. Hit the subscribe button there. We would greatly appreciate that. If you only want audio, very, very easy to find as well. Google Podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, all of those things you can find About Beverages. If you just want to search for About Beverages on your favorite podcasting app, you can probably find us there too, as well as some other things across the internet.
What are those things?
The social media universe.
Oh yes. The 3 pillars of social media.
Was the proof too high that you forgot?
It totally took everything out.
Okay.
Social media. You will find us on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, which is the one that we use most of all to keep you. Most of all.
I think we do.
Yeah,
pretty sure.
That's true. To keep you up to date on what is going on here at About Beverages, like earlier this evening when I tweeted that we are about to go live on twitch.tv/AboutBeverages, which we do most Thursday evenings. Depending on where you are in the country, it could range anywhere from 4:30 to 7:30.
Perfect.
And it depends if we're on time as well.
Oh, that is also a key.
Which, we're getting better at that.
Ish.
For sure. Ish, yes. So when we get together, we'll try some beverages, hang out with everybody who joined us in chat. And also throughout the week, Andrew will keep you up to date on what he is doing in the gaming world and what he will be drinking while he is doing that. So for all the latest on About Beverages, follow us on Twitter.
But, as we always say, whether we like it or not,
you should give it a shot.
And that is a podcast.
I almost said full...
I also you're saying cast strength shot.
I almost did. It lost.
You're like, no.
There was one of our podcasts I listened to recently, and I forgot. I said, like you said, I'm Andrew, and I said, and I'm Keith, and the beverage we are about today.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if I've ever done that before. So, and maybe I knew it, and I just went right on past it because I was like, hey, I'm a professional. You got to just go right on past it.
Yeah, and that's probably not that big a deal. Yeah. I do remember. Yeah, that's within the last few weeks.
Yeah, and I'm Keith, and the beverage we're about today. And we're About Beverages.
Yeah, it's everywhere. Like it's one of those things. It's always funny when you put all of this information over and people say like, "Oh, where can I find it?" It's like it's literally right there.
That's right there.
We actually had when we were standing in line for all of our for the whiskey stuff that happened a week ago. When we were standing in line, I had on one of my About Beverages shirt, and Heidi did too. And someone actually asked her, they're like, "What is About Beverages?"
We are About Beverages.
And I was like, oh, it's a podcast my brother and I do, and this and that. And they're like, oh, they just turned around. Oh. I think they were hoping for something more. Next time I'll be like,
what do you want it to be?
Yeah, exactly. What
could I say right you most? What can I say right now?
What would engage you the most right now?
You the most. Yeah.
But yeah, thank you to everybody that's been hanging out. Stoned. My friends find it weird that I know how to use chopsticks. I mean, it's definitely a skill. I don't think that's weird. It's definitely a skill. Guardian Down with the merch command. Love you for doing that. That is 100%.
I think I might want to get a zip hoodie next time.
Yeah,
that'll be the next thing I get. Yeah,
you need to make sure when you go on your global trip that you need to have some About Beverages merch and just see if anybody. Yeah. That would be kind of.
People won't be able to read it because we'll be let's English speaking countries. Yeah.
Oh, do you not think that everyone over
it'll just be the universal language of glassware.
Exactly. That's the one you should wear. Everyone will know. We could change the shirts up for like whatever country you're going to. We could get it like written in that language, and then every day you just have a different like.
That would actually be fun. Yeah, I'm wearing it. The beer arc. We'll have it in Italian. Yeah. The beer arc in French. Yeah,
yeah, that's not a bad idea.
That's actually kind of cool. And we should do wine actually, because those countries. Yeah, the wine glasses.
Okay, we'll make a wine arc shirt and we'll have it in French. I have a very wonderful listener that actually speaks fluent French. Maybe we can get her to come up with the like translation, so we don't have to like do the Google like crap.
Arc du vin.
Can actually be, we'll actually check that out. But
hey, where are we today? Okay, I gotta wear the shirt.
What country are we in? That's how you know which country you're in, by the shirt you have on.
Can I get a polo, an Oxford shirt? Can I? Yeah, can I get a tie?
That'd be great.
I don't know if I need a tie.
Well,
I don't think I'll need a tie.
No, you never know.
Shoes.
I enjoyed that though. That is really good. That for that price, I think that is what I was hoping for. Like I said, it's smooth on the finish. I agree, a little bit spicy at the beginning. I bet that'll even kind of tone down as this bottle sits for a little bit. I'm interested to actually hear what my wife has to say about this one too, because I was surprised that she does not like the barrel proof Wild Turkey rye.
Oh, okay.
She has a little bit of something like your wife. With the your wife has the thing where every standard is met toward the
the tiny S's,
right. Every standard for my wife, especially when it comes to rye, is the Willet.
The Willet, of course.
It's literally like
the gold standard.
It's literally the exact same conversation. Because I was like, oh, you know, like, and then because then I had on that one, she was like, oh, it's just so hot, and it's I was like, well, you know, let's try. And I put in literally like a 1/4 teaspoon of water, and then she's like, you know, I mix that in there, and she's like, oh my god, that does make a difference. She's like it's still not. As good as the Willet. I was like, oh my god, what am I talking about?
She can drink
here. What's going on?
All she can do is drink the Willet.
And that's just about it.
Now, with the others that you've had on this list, would this be your number? Would this be number one?
Oh,
you have to revisit the Pinhook.
That's a great question. Yeah, I would have to sift through there. My wife just likes the seltzers. See, you save so much money, Berserker.
The hard seltzers?
The hard seltzers. Like I said, consider it, as long as she is all right with your habit when it comes to bourbon and whiskey and things like that, consider it a blessing that the rest of your household does not drink the whiskey. Because it's becomes an issue. Hiding. I've actually started to hide things. I received my new bottle holder sweatshirt today. My old one was ripping apart. New bottle holder sweatshirt where you can actually like hold. Oh, that's pretty funny. Wow, that's pretty funny.
I was gonna say, does that have an About Beverages logo on it? I don't remember making that one.
I haven't considered this option. I no longer. Yeah, do not complain. Like I said, as long as she, like I said, because like I said,
interesting perspective.
From what little I know of your wife, she seems pretty awesome. So just be like happy that it's like that she supports whatever you do. When it comes to that stuff, and just be glad that she actually does not take from your stock. But I would have to go back through and look at the list. Like I said, I'd probably have to try this next to some of them. Like I said, I like the Pinhook High Proof. It was probably not quite as smooth as this, but had a little bit more character to it. So that would be interesting, like almost going through that list and finding out which ones we've had and what one we could do. Got a pocket for a bottle or can, even equipped with a bottle opener. Geez, that's genius.
Wow.
I like that. That's pretty cool.
Is that on Stream Elements? Can we
can we add that, the bottle opener sweatshirt? Yeah, I wish we could probably sell a lot of those.
The backpack, you just put it in the hoodie. Put it in the hood part, the hoodie part.
But yeah, so next week I will definitely have some sort of other whiskey to bring to the table.
So I've guessed.
Yeah. Yes. Well, probably. So I've already told some friends that we will probably open up that Weller Full Proof because I want people to try that and enjoy it. So maybe we might actually wind up podcasting on that one.
Okay.
So that could be the one for next week, since that'll be one open, so we don't have to open anything else. You were talking about a wine that's probably going to show up in the flyer.
Well, we have a couple of there's a Chardonnay, and then there's also a Syrah.
Okay.
That I believe it's organically grown. It's from Washington State.
Oh.
It's going to be in the flyer, so I know sometimes that gives a little extra.
I do love the flyer.
A little extra boost, a little extra, there. So we could.
I do appreciate the flyer for several reasons. I like that because it's easy to find all of the things.
Easy info,
picture info, all that stuff. But yeah, like I said, there's also a bunch of other. Like I said, when it comes to. Like I said, that kind of stuff is always nice.
And that drops Monday, so we could visit that. We'll pick one of those wines. I'm kind of intrigued by the Syrah, so
The organic one?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's funny. It doesn't.
That was the one I was leaning toward just from your brief little descriptions, but I didn't want to be like, if there's one you like more, like I said, you're making the decision.
It doesn't make a lot of mention of it until you turn it to the back, and it talks about it being the grapes are from Washington, but it doesn't mention that either. But it's vinted and bottled in California, so I still have to find out. But it's from a very famous mountainous area in Washington, the Wahluke Slope.
Wahluke,
Wahluke, which is a very. We had a cab from there as well, but now this is a Syrah. So
interesting.
Supposedly, very famous wine growing area. So. We'll probably do that. Okay, I think we have it figured out.
Okay, so we'll just need to figure out a starter then.
To start, yeah.
Figure out some sort of starter.
Yep.
I need beverage merch so I can say, yeah, I listen to them. Hell, even got an awesome shirt. I would love that, Stone, but don't ever feel like you have to get any merch. Like I said, on our benefit, but that is very cool when people decide to do that. It is neat. Everything we've had. I have shirts that are several years old that are still, like I said, the logo has not faded at all and has still done very well. Obviously, mileage can always vary, but like I said, the thing everyone always talks to me. I think even Guardian Down there is like, oh, they really suck. The quality of the shirt is also
it's
really
very
nice.
comfortable shirt,
very soft, very comfortable. Like I said, lots of good color options. So,
yep.
Like I said, that it's always been very cool. So. Well, thank you guys all for being here. We're going to go raid someone today. We're going to go say hi to Haji. We have not raided him in quite a while.
I don't even know who that is.
He's playing some Marvel's Avengers. He's super nice. He's always coming into chat, hanging out, talking. Cool. We were talking some whiskey and some other things the other day. Pocket. Thank you for being here. Thank you to everybody that has been here this evening. Like I said, hopefully you had a good night, and I will be on again tomorrow playing some Red Dead Redemption with Berserker, who was in chat. You better have hit those follow buttons while I was gone. I'm going to be upset if you guys aren't watching. We will have a multi so you can see all of it.
That might be a funny thing. A funny shirt, actually.
I watched this podcast and all I got was this lousy shirt. That's actually not bad, Guardian Down. I think we'd have at least one sale from one person, so it might actually be worth to put that up there if we just made that shirt. Yeah. But yeah, Red Dead Redemption online tomorrow. We're going to be reviewing another whiskey. We're having some Knob Creek single barrel 9-year. We're going to up the proof by 9.3.
Okay. Give or take.
Give or take. The Knob Creek finally happening. But until then, I will see you guys all tomorrow. Let's go say hi to Haji. And he will see you next week.
Yes, you will. Good night to everyone. Thank you again for being here. We had a great time. Hope you did too.
We did. Good night, everybody.
Happy Groundhog Day.